evening again. Michael Edwards, 409 Grove Avenue. Prior to the meeting, I had handed the clerk a deed to Center Hill Mansion. For the audience, if you would like to research this, it can be found in the Hustings Courthouse Archives in Book 317 on page 482. I'm very glad to see that tourism and museums has finally made it on the priority list here in the city. I've said time and time again that the city is missing a huge opportunity by not effectively marketing and preserving the city as a premier tourist destination for history, sightseeing, and also tourism. With museums and tourism being one of my main interests, I am concerned that we may be violating the agreement between the city and the Federal Department of Interior for the ownership and use of Center Hill Mansion. When Center Hill was deeded to the city in 1972, the property was conveyed for the specific use as a public museum and must be maintained in the public interest. The agreement reads as follows: provided always in this conveyance is made upon the express condition that the mansion property shall be exclusively and perpetually administered and maintained in the public interest as a public museum, and that such revenues as may be attained from the administration or operation of the said museum shall be used to continue its administration and preservation in the public interest, and that upon the discontinuance of such use of the property conveyed hereunder shall revert to the United States of America, which shall have the right to re-enter and repossess the said land in the same manner as through this conveyance had not been made. I bring this question up since the mansion has closed to the public for 3 months while filming is being conducted. By the term of the deed agreement, if the city does not have Center Hill open as a museum, then the city loses the building. The closure of Center Hill is taking place during the peak of tourist season, and we are already one site down with the closure of the siege last November. The mansion cannot be toured and enjoyed by tourists while filming is taking place, but the historic landmark continues to receive damage from every film project. Ithaca, Turn, and Mercy Street have contributed to floor damage, cracking in the ornamental plaster, electrical shortages, damage to doors, windows, and moldings through gouging, scraping, and nailing into the building. It's one thing when a structure is damaged from natural disasters or forces beyond human control, but another to continually and knowingly damage a historic facility. After a Facebook post last Saturday about the newly restored shutters on the mansion flopping around in the wind due to the film company unlatching their securing devices, almost done. I took a ride over to the mansion to take a look at the shutters. I noticed one of them had gone missing. My assumption is it fell off the building and shattered, but nonetheless it is gone. For 10 years, the citizens waited for the shutters to be placed back on the mansion with a grant through Cameron for $135,000 was completed last August. Filming is a great way to give the city exposure, but we must be more strict when developing the contracts, especially for the use of Center Hill. The museum should be open on weekends since filming typically takes place during the week and guidelines must be adhered to so preservation is ensured. We must not let our historic structures fall derelict to Hollywood. We must keep our historic structures intact.